Good morning.
Good morning, Betty. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? You must be Gail.
I am Gail.
Terrific. How are you this morning?
I'm great. It's beautiful
great
out
day,
here.
huh?
Yeah, just gorgeous.
This is why we live here.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell
Beautiful.
me a little bit about you. What do you do?
I teach at the Cal Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks, and I'm in the
Terrific.
teacher preparation program. I've taught for about 40 years, so.
Wow. So you're in charge of teaching the teachers, is that it?
Teaching the teachers, yes.
I bet that's just a breeze, isn't it?
When you're dealing with human foibles,
Anything can happen.
anything could happen.
Anything. Well, how long have you been playing golf?
I started about 2.5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Never touched a golf
Right.
club before, and I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it.
Gets you outside, doesn't it?
Yes. And more than that, I feel really, golf is life, you know?
It certainly is. That's
the
what I say.
discipline, the being able to accept your mistakes and go on from there. Yes, all of
And
that.
see a little progress from time to time.
And absolutely progress.
Did you do other sports?
A little bit of everything, but I never excelled in anything. I loved being outdoors, baseball, tennis, bowling, water skiing. Did a little bit of everything, but
Water skiing. How about snow skiing? Did you do that?
snow skiing as well with my 2 boys growing
Good.
up.
My
Yep.
gosh. Well, then you ought to have a little idea about hand-eye coordination
I
and
hope so.
balance and stuff like that then.
Balance is not great these days, getting older.
Why is that?
I just think you just lose your core as you get older, and directionality might be hard. Ears, the inner ear, it's challenging. I'm very careful up and down steps. I'm throw myself off balance a
Okay.
lot.
How are you otherwise physically?
Physically, very good.
Very good.
Yes.
No issues with your hands or your knees or
Hands, knees, no. I definitely have some disc problems, but golf has not bothered it at all. In fact, I think the free swings and the body movement has helped me more than it's not. So.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So, have you seen a physician about your back?
Yes, had
And-
MRIs. They're definitely discs that are deteriorating, but bless the docs. They said if you could go out and play and just be cautious and ice if you're tight, you're fine.
So when you go play golf,
Yes.
does it create any pain for you?
Not at all. Not
Right.
at all.
Now you said you were a teacher.
Yes.
Is that involved a lot of grading or standing for long periods of time?
Yes, both sitting and standing. When I teach, I have to be standing most of the time.
Uh-huh.
And I come home tight, but not terrible. And sitting is just about the worst. So if I
Yes,
could
it
be out
is.
here on the golf course,
No sitting allowed
no
here.
sitting allowed.
Okay, well that's great. So you're physically in good shape.
Yes.
No wrist injuries or anything
No.
like that.
Fine.
Let's just go like
Okay.
this. Good. All right. Let's take it back the other way. And then let's just this with your shoulders. Okay. Just your shoulders. Okay. Now let's do it the other hand. Okay. Now let's put them together. Tell me if there's any pain with your shoulders.
None at all.
None at all. Okay, and is there any back pain at
No.
all?
No.
Okay. And if during this that something tweaks or something, you let me know.
Okay.
Because I don't want to, my whole goal here is to do no harm,
Okay.
to help you do what you need to do for your body and make sure everything's good.
Good.
Okay?
Sounds
And you
good.
said you wanted to talk to me about putting today. Why is that?
Yes, I tend to, because of the balance issues, when I've taken some instruction and I have to be watching the ball, this is what happens.
Ah,
And I also have this problem.
I see.
And I start thinking about my mind, keep your shoulders this way, and then at the last minute, I'm this, and I'm doing this.
And you just said you start thinking?
Yes, yeah,
Okay, let's see if we can turn those triggers off a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if I can help you do that today. Let me take a quick look at your putter here.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay.
How long have you had this?
about 1.5 years.
Okay. And how do you like it?
I really like it, and people who I play with say, oh, she's got the great putter. They advertise this and that. You know what? If you can't carry through appropriately or correctly what you're doing, I don't care if this thing has a radar on it.
It doesn't feel good, does it?
It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna
the
work.
ball's not going that way.
All right, I see you have what we call a blade putter.
Yes.
And that seems to work for you? You like the way that
Yes.
looks to you?
Yes.
Since you do have a little balance problem, is it easier to see something like that that's very compact and small?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay. And then lining it up. You understand that that line, we want that putter to be on the ground. And the white line you see there,
Yes.
that goes to our target where we want the ball to go.
Okay.
And it needs to be lined up with that additional lines, that little mechanism right here.
Okay.
You get those both lined up the same way, and the ball should go where you want it to go.
Okay.
All right? So why don't we just hit a couple of putts for me. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Now, is that generally kind of typical of what's been happening?
Pace as well. I'm hitting the ball too hard. I can't judge. So
Okay.
you see where my balls land up.
Okay. Well, let's see if we do this. Let's just set a specific goal here today
Okay.
in the short amount of time we have together.
Okay.
If we can get you to understand how to pace the ball better, some pacing, and get you to understand maybe a little bit how to quiet that mind
Okay.
so that it gives you a little more confidence, how would that be?
Terrific.
Okay, that's our short term, we agree on our short term hope here.
Yes, and I like that because chunks. I need chunks. I can't take. I need to break. I need you
Okay.
to break it down for me.
Okay, and that leads me to another question.
Okay.
How do you like to learn things?
Exactly. I'm definitely a chunker,
Okay.
and the 2 short goals sound great to me. I can really focus on that.
Okay.
If you had 6 goals set out for me, I would be forgetting the first one before we got to the 6th. So
Okay.
you really read me.
Do you play with other people a lot?
Yes,
Do you enjoy that?
I immensely enjoy it.
Okay. Now, if we get you to understand maybe a little bit of the pacing
Yes.
and maybe the difference between hitting the ball and rolling the ball, do you think that would be a successful session for us today?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Because then long term, if I'm understanding what you're saying as well, doing that would help you enjoy the game more,
Oh, absolutely.
and then you give you more confidence
Yes.
as you played with other people,
Yes.
and the pace of your play will pick up.
Yes.
So that's long term.
I like it all.
But let's deal with short term
Okay.
first, okay? First of all, let's talk about static modeling, all right?
Okay.
Statically, obviously, you're a teacher, you know, it has to stay. It's in one place, okay? Just like this. Everything is still. Our golf swing is still. Our lower body is still. We do bend slightly our knees, but everything has to be still at the start. Still. Now, once we put the putter in motion and it becomes a dynamic motion, we just do this and watch. See how it moves? My hands are not moving, but the putter is dynamically in motion. This is like a pendulum. This is the kind of thing we want to do. So try that for me, please. Just put it up like that. And you feel the, wait a minute. Just like this, thumb, first finger, there you go. Static, you're quiet, okay? All right, now we just started in motion just a tiny bit. Now how's that feel? You feel that?
Yes, I do.
That's the motion we want to feel when we putt. most people want to hit the ball. I want to show you how to roll the ball, okay? Rolling the ball requires, go ahead and step up to that. About shoulder width apart is fine. Put it about in the center of your stance there. And right now, we're not trying to make anything. I just want you to roll the ball. And in order to do that, we're going to take the ball back a little, keeping it low to the ground, and forward. That's all we're going to do. Back and forward. So step up to it. Now before you actually hit it, let me do this for you. Go ahead and take your stance. Any back problem there doing that?
No.
Okay. It's going to feel like this. Your hands can't get excited and involved in this, all right? Back, through, nope.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Feel that?
yeah.
All right. It's on the ground. It's here. It's with your shoulders now. Here and here. Remember how you used to rock those two kids?
Yeah.
With your shoulders? Here we go. 1, 2, 1. Atta girl. You're not doing anything with your hands.
Okay.
You're rolling the ball. Okay? Now, let's try that first chunk
Okay.
and see how we do. How'd that feel?
It felt great. It felt,
Do you feel the difference?
yes, I do.
Did you hear the difference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now roll the ball for me
Okay.
again.
Oh,
You hit it, didn't you?
yeah, I did. And I broke my wrist.
Yes, you did. And that's what happens when we hit the ball. So we're just going to roll it.
Okay.
We're going to add one little thing here.
Okay.
Go ahead and set up.
Oh, okay.
We want the ball to roll this way. Top spin. So let's press our hands just slightly forward. Not your body, just your hands. Hands forward just like that. Now roll the ball. See that? You feel the difference?
Yeah.
That allows us to just focus on the energy of our swing and not to invite our hands to get involved with that, okay? How'd that feel?
That felt great.
Okay. Okay, now you took that back a little farther, so the ball went a little farther. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So if you just go toe to toe with that, how far does it go? Just roll it. It's a nice roll. Did it feel good?
Yes, it felt great.
Okay, shoulder width apart, toe to toe. Now that ball went the same distance, didn't it? How many of your steps, walking steps, is it from right there, let's just put this down so we know where we started, to right here, up here?
Nine.
9 steps. All right. Then let's walk 9 steps back that way
From
and put
the
another
hole?
mark.
You want it from the hole?
From the hole, yes. Uh-huh.
11.
No. I want you to 9 steps only.
Oh, no,
I'm sorry, I
sorry.
didn't explain that
That's
correctly.
okay.
Just want you to go 9 steps from that hole. All right, is it right there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what we just did tells us we know how far we're going to hit this, which will result in more confidence. Okay? Now, all I want you to do is what we were just talking about. And let's roll the ball toward the flag. Well, that was a pretty good roll.
Haven't done that in a long time.
Well, wasn't that one of our goals here?
It was.
Roll the ball. Press those hands forward.
Not the body, just
There
the
you go.
hands.
Not bad. But your feet were a little narrower.
Okay.
Okay?
A little bit too much.
You know what? I think I could even make that one. That far.
Oh, too much.
Okay?
Woo.
And again, you went a
Okay.
little beyond
Yeah.
your. So just make sure
Toe
it
to
gives you
toe.
an idea. The reason I have people do this, here to here is only going to go so far when it's flat to slightly uphill. So that way you know you have exactly what it takes to get the ball to the hole. You don't have to add extra energy. Press your hands forward. There you go, right there. And roll the ball. How'd that one feel?
Good. I'm still overshooting now.
Good. Well, that's not bad.
No, no.
You can make. It can't go in if it doesn't get to the hole. Just like the first one where you nailed it. Okay. Sort of like going down those ski slopes you were telling me about. It's just flowing down there. How's that feel?
That was great.
How does that
Great.
feel?
It was great.
Does this make sense to you?
Yes,
The
yes.
reason I had you do this is you need to understand, and you told me you're visual and a chunker.
Yeah.
First chunk is we have to roll the ball, not hit the ball. And you told me that you heard a difference in the sound.
Yes.
Then that, as you play golf with others and you don't have me around with you, when you hear that, you know exactly what happened. I'm thinking if you know that, that gives you more confidence.
Sounds great.
I may be crazy, but sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'm excited already
All right.
to get out there.
And we understand now our static model, still. And dynamically, when we engage the club, that's our dynamics of that. But we have to remain still, and as a pendulum, as we determined here, just like a grandfather clock, it's going to go back through smoothly, like this. You can do that same drill. I hope you go to the practice green and practice, especially before you start playing golf, and kind of get a feel for the way the greens are going to roll.
Okay.
Now, this was flat to slightly downhill,
Right.
so you know today that's 9 steps for you. You need to do it also going back uphill so you have some idea how much that's going to be. And then you've just got a couple of numbers here. And for people who say, I don't have time to do that when I'm playing with others, I'm calling horse hockey on that. Because everybody's talking. I do it myself, talk, talk, talk. First thing you do when you get to the green, you mark your ball. If you're up there by the hole, pace it off while everybody else is chatting. You can still chat and talk. That way you know how far it's going to go. All right. So let's just kind of review all this.
Okay.
We said we wanted to, first chunk was rolling the ball.
Yes.
Do you feel like we did that?
Yes. Absolutely.
Then we said, well, then we'll determine how we can have a little more confidence with that. So then we talked about, okay, we know now how far it's going to roll if we have our good stance We're quiet. And we go toe to toe. I'd say all 4 of those balls you just hit right there were pretty doggone good, plus the 5th one is in the hole. So that's pretty good. So I think we met that goal. Would you agree?
I agree.
Okay. Going forward, if you're conscientious and do this, you're going to see that you're going to putt better. You're going to hear that roll. You may not make everything right away, but you're going to see a marked improvement in how the ball rolls, because now we've pressed our hands forward, we have top spin on the ball. What questions do you have for me?
Oh my goodness, I'm just raring to get out there and try it out.
Well, we probably ought to
Practice.
just go out and hit a few and see what happens, huh?
Okay, okay.
I tell you what, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Good for you.
I'm walking off with a lot of confidence.
Good, let's go find out what happens.
Okay.